Hello, everyone. This is James from Eurovision Ireland, or should I say Привit, as I have my very special guests this morning. I'm talking to Taras and Kateryna from the Ukrainian band Goa. So, dobry dzień.
Hi, добрий день.
So, before we start off this morning, I just want to ask you, can you tell us how you would describe the band Goa to people who've never heard your music before?
It's a crazy mix with Ukrainian folk music, Ukrainian electronic music, rock music, and Ukrainian culture.
Yeah, and it is pronounced Go-A.
Go-A. Ah, okay. Sorry.
Not Goa. Goa is a state in India. Go-A is us.
That's what I always thought. Okay, so Go-A. Sorry, I apologize. So
that's okay.
So you said lots about Ukrainian culture, Ukrainian folk music things, so lots of Ukrainian in there. So is that sort of your biggest influence? It's sort of traditional Ukrainian things?
Yeah, so actually we refer to ourselves as to representatives of the Ukrainian folk music and Ukrainian culture. So our main core of the band's music is Ukrainian folk music combined with several different styles like modern electronic music or rock music or something else that comes to our minds.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I must say I absolutely loved Solovey last year. It's my favorite from all the countries that had sent songs to Rotterdam. So thank you. I listen to Solovey at least twice a day. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And speaking of Eurovision 2020, I wanted to ask you, how did you guys feel when you heard that the contest was being cancelled?
Well, actually, we had no time. We literally had no time to react because we were rehearsing in our recording studio, and we got a message on our phones, and in 5 minutes another message. So the first message read Eurovision has been cancelled, and the second message was you've been selected to be the Ukraine's entry for Eurovision 2021. So it was like 5 minutes, and at first we thought Eurovision has been cancelled. Okay, what shall we do? And then, oh, right, so we'll do this next year.
Well, that's good then that you had a lot of time to prepare. I know some other acts had to wait sort of several months to find out if they were going back to Rotterdam. So that's good you didn't have long to wait to hear that. So you mentioned about being in the recording studio and you said you sort of didn't really have time to react to the news. What kinds of things have you been doing during the COVID-19 pandemic to keep smiling and be happy and sort of distract yourselves from everything that's been going on?
We make music. We make a lot of music.
Yeah, mostly we were busy making music, making new songs, and also we just try to fit our lives into this new situation in the world. So we thought like, okay, we have so we're home, we're staying home, we have a lot of time that we didn't have before, and we thought that it would be a good idea to do something we had no time before, like to improve ourselves, to maintain like self-improvement, to make new songs, to work on our music and our like musical skills or something. So we had a lot to do actually.
So that's good. It's definitely good to keep busy, especially at times like now. And I know you said you've been working a lot on your music, so I want to jump from 2020 to 2021. I was wondering, could you tell us about Shum and the message of the song? Because obviously this is the song you're sending to Rotterdam this year. And I'd be particularly interested to know about the music video, because of course there were 2 music videos for the song, and both have been very, very popular with fans.
Right. So actually, we had the first video of Shum shot on a smartphone. So we thought like, okay, so we are tired of waiting for for some, resources or some people who will give us some expensive equipment for shooting a video. We just thought that if we have a smartphone and a great idea, we would do something good. So we took a smartphone, we called our friends, we went to a hill in Kiev, and we shot a video. So actually, we had the idea was that Shum is the spirit of the name of the spirit of the forests our ancestors believed in. Shum is based on a ritual Ukrainian folk dance and song called Shum. This dance was used to to please this spirit and to awake the spring. And we've tried to show that we're trying to awake not only from long winter, from cold, but from the pandemic itself and from everything connected to it. So even in the time of pandemic, we can gather for doing something good. So of course we need to wear hazmat suits and gloves and masks and so on, as we did in our video. But still, we wanted to show that we can do it.
Oh, it's an absolutely fantastic video. My nephew is 8 years old, and when I showed him the video from Shum, he loved it. He just asked me to play it constantly. So you have one very small fan here in London.
Wow. Yeah, actually, we realized that video, our first Shum video, was quite popular among kids.
Yeah.
Well, everyone I've shown it to absolutely loves it. They say it's so different to anything that we've seen that you're just sort of captivated watching it. Like, first of all, we're like, okay, hazmat suits, it's a bit strange, but it's absolutely brilliant. It was as an idea, it's fantastic. So congratulations for that, really amazing. And the second video that you shot for Shum was quite a bit different.
Yeah, so when we found out that Shum had been selected for Eurovision 2021, we thought like, okay, so we need to chop the song, cut it to 3 minutes long, and we liked the song the way it was, actually. So we thought that instead of taking something from the song, we should bring something new to it. Of course, we chopped the music, and Kate rewrote the lyrics. And we thought it to be like a sequel, a second episode of Shum. It was like a continuation of the story. So the first episode, we were awaking the spring. And the second episode, the spring is here already. So we did it. And so right now we need to focus on what we've done to this world, to this planet, and maybe think what can we do to make this world a better place. So that's why we put shots of Chernobyl power plant in the video and some other stuff, just to draw attention to all these things.
That was absolutely fantastic. And Kate, I must say that note that you hit at the end of Shum, brava, fantastic.
Thank you.
So, as we said, a lot of Eurovision fans really like Shum. They like that it's different. They like there's the traditional elements in there. Can you tell us anything about what it might look like on stage in Rotterdam?
Катя, скажеш щось?
Це про нашу постановку?
Так, як воно буде виглядати? How to play that?
So it will be some mix with Ukrainian traditional, with old spirit, and with our future.
Okay.
That sounds fantastic.
Shall I interpret that, or that's okay?
No, that's okay. No, that sounds fantastic. We can't wait to see that. And speaking of Rotterdam, we know that you're in the first semi-final, and you're also in the first semi-final along with Ireland. So we have to ask, have you heard Leslie Roy's song Maps yet?
Actually, we did. Personally, for me, this year's song I like better than last year's. So it was like, I think she just got better, in most ways. So I like the song. It's
I
incredible.
like the song и прошлого года, кстати.
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't like last year's song. I said I like this year's song more.
Oh, there's nothing
I
wrong
like
with that.
the last year song.
You like last year's song?
I think that it's two song and it's two nice song.
Yeah, that's good. It's nice that artists that are coming back, we're getting to see different sides of them as well. So, having two songs to compare is actually quite nice in some ways.
Yeah, well, actually, I think it's quite difficult for artists who were participating last year and who are participating this year, because there's no thing as like a first impression or something. So I mean, yeah, I mean, so we've heard you've heard artists from last year, including us, and this year. So maybe we did a little bit of surprise for everybody, but this year we should do like another surprise because you've already heard what we can do and what other artists could do.
That's very true, but you did a fantastic job and you should be very proud of that. Both songs, both Solveig and Shum, are both fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to ask, you've said that a lot of your music is inspired by traditional Ukrainian folk elements and things. So if someone came to you and said, I've never been to Ukraine before, what are 3 things that you would tell them that they have to go and see or go and do or try for someone who's never been to Ukraine before?
Wow. I think I think I should answer that.
It's very hard because there are many things beautiful in Ukraine. So Тарас допомагає.
Ого, Тарас допомагає, я думав, ти відповіси. Окей, ну я думав, що, в принципі, для мене це...
Англійською, будь ласка. In English.
Okay, so I'll try to say that in English. Personally, if I was asked about this, I would say 3 things that people should know about Ukraine are, our culture and traditions, our nature, and our people.
Так, 3 вещи. Давай что-нибудь материальное.
Боже, як це складно. Окей. Що в тебе в голові?
Ми должны попробовать украинскую кухню. Це типа украинскую кухню должны попробовать.
Okay, so Ukrainian cuisine. It's quite tasty, Second.
Скажи, что мы должны обязательно побывать во Львове, в Киеве и в Одессе.
Oh, so you should visit. So, like, it's a must-see thing. 3 cities in Ukraine. It's Kiev, Lviv, and Odessa. And the third one?
And вы должны приехать, попробовать. В Чернобыле побывать.
Oh, okay, and Chernobyl.
Скажи, что у нас экскурсии.
I must agree with you about Ukrainian food.
Yeah.
When,
Well, and actually, regarding Chernobyl, almost everybody in the world know this place by its power plant, and the catastrophe and so on. But it actually, this region has had a big piece of Ukrainian culture, like quite unique culture even for Ukraine. And right now it has almost vanished due to the situation in Chernobyl. And in our song, we wanted to draw attention to this matter also, because the folk song Shum and the folk dance Shum, which was an inspiration for our song. It was a song from that exact region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. My colleagues, when we were in Kiev for Eurovision in 2017, they went to Chernobyl for the day. I was in the press center, so I didn't get to see it. So I have to go back and see it. And I've heard very good things about Lviv as well. Friends of mine lived there for a while.
Yeah, but you know, right now it's like it has like more of a post-apocalyptic impression or something. So
Yeah.
that's it. And so on. But you
Скажи, що
know,
ми туди їдемо скоро.
Shasha?
Скажи, що ми туди їдемо скоро.
Okay, so Kate says that we are going to Chernobyl soon to shoot some videos, actually,
Oh, excellent.
like
Look
in
forward to seeing those.
2 weeks or something. What I really wanted to say that in Chernobyl and in this region is actually called Polissa. Like 100 years ago, or maybe several centuries ago, there were people, our ancestors, they believed that everything in our world has its own souls. So they believed the trees have souls, like the houses have souls, and there are good forces and bad forces. And bad forces just cannot be just deleted or killed or something. They had to be dealt with, and people had to live with both good and bad forces, like in peace. So, and the ancient song Shum was one of the songs to please those spirits.
That's fascinating. Definitely learn a lot from traditional culture, I feel. And especially after the last year, I feel like that's something people need to learn more about, balance and living in the harmony with each other. So that's fantastic.
So that's what we wanted to point out, actually.
Excellent. And Kate, you just mentioned about filming some more videos in Chernobyl. So what are your plans for after Eurovision? Are you going to be working on more music, more videos? Will you be touring at all?
After Eurovision, we will release our new song, and we will release our new video, maybe, because right now we make music and make a new idea, because after Eurovision, we want to represent our творчество. Тарас.
А ти скажи далі, я перекладу.
Нашу творчість і показати, типа, що ми ще можемо.
Okay, so after the Eurovision, we just want to show what more we can do about our music and everything else connected to it. So we wanted to just show people that we are not only the band for Eurovision entry and that's it. So we have a lot of ideas and we have a lot of songs we want to release after Eurovision. And of course, we want to do as many concerts as possible after that, but everything it's not that not depend on us. Well, it's the situation changes every day, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, it sounds like you've got a lot planned, which is always good to hear.
Yeah.
So I have 2 last questions for you.
Sure.
One is a question that we ask absolutely everybody we interview, and that is, what is your favorite kind of cake?
Wow.
So deep and thought-provoking, isn't it?
Cake – это пирожне?
Пирожне, торт, якийсь пиріг, що завгодно.
Okay. I like very much apple pie. Apple pie. And apple pie, and I like so much Kievsky tort.
Yes, so it's like maybe if when you've been to Kiev in 2017, you've tried it. It's like our special cake. It is called Kiev cake.
Okay, I might have. What's it like?
Actually, it's very difficult to describe it. I even don't know how to do this. It's like you should try it to understand.
Yes.
Okay. I'll definitely put that on my list of things to do when I come back to Ukraine. Kievska torta. Okay.
You should do that. So, two main dishes about Kiev is Kiev cake and chicken Kiev.
Chicken Kiev definitely had that in Ukraine. And the Eurovision Ireland team lived on borscht as well while we were in Kiev. Every meal borscht. Fantastic.
А вареники?
Because of them.
Darenik, yes. I can't go to Ukraine now though. That's such oh, so much good Ukrainian food. Oh. Anyway.
But you have Guinness.
Sorry?
But you have Guinness.
True, we do have Guinness in Ireland. That's very true.
Yeah.
And speaking of Ireland, that's the last question I want to ask both of you, is do you have a message for any of your fans watching it in Ireland, bearing in mind that everyone in Ireland can vote for Ukraine in the first semi-final?
О, скажи, що типа, скажи, що дуже важливо, коротше, пам'ятайте своє коріння, адже воно ділає вас тим, яким ви є, типа. І будьте щасливими.
Okay, so what we want to say is it's very important to remember your roots, to remember where you came from, because you cannot know where you're going to if you don't know where you came from. So it's the first
Щоб
thing.
зробили їх унікальними, це важливо.
So yeah, it's very important because it's the thing that that makes everybody unique, their roots. So of course we're all people of one world, but everybody have their own roots, and we should remember them to be ourselves. And of course the second thing is it's not like more important, but it's still very important to be happy. Just be happy. And it's if you're happy, you don't think about some bad things, or you don't have bad ideas. You only think about helping each other and making world a better place. So remember where you came from, remember your roots, and be happy. And vote for us.
Yeah.
As a lovely message, thank you so much. So, Kate, Taras, дуже дякую і щастя вам з Європадами.
Дуже дякуємо вам.
You have a nice вишиванка.
Oh, дякую. This came from Kiev, and I wear it every time I talk about Ukraine for Eurovision Ireland.
Клас.
Very nice. Thank you for this interview.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.